In the vast, whispering landscapes of America's heartland, there exists a highway that time almost forgot, Route 571, a weathered asphalt artery cutting through forgotten territories like a subtle scar of memory. This isn't merely a road, but a living chronicle of human experience, each cracked surface and faded lane marker holding fragments of stories waiting to be understood. The highway stretches across landscapes that seem simultaneously familiar and alien, a quiet testament to the complex rhythms of rural transformation that have shaped generations of American lives. The road emerges from rolling farmlands like a narrative thread, connecting isolated communities that have gradually dissolved from contemporary maps and collective consciousness. Its path winds through regions where agricultural dreams and economic shifts have sculpted landscapes of profound transition. Abandoned farmhouses stand as silent witnesses, their weathered wooden frames and peeling paint holding memories of families who once cultivated hope in these expansive, unforgiving terrains. Route 571 becomes more than infrastructure, it is a living archive, a geographical memoir recording subtle human movements and unspoken transitions. Twilight transforms this highway into a cinematic canvas, where shadows stretch impossibly long and the landscape breathes with unwritten histories. Rusted tractors sit like forgotten monuments, cornfields undulate toward infinite horizons, and small town water towers pierce pale skies with a melancholic persistence. Here, every mile reveals intricate layers of human experience, economic migrations, agricultural transformations, the gradual diaspora of rural communities seeking opportunities beyond these quiet, forgotten spaces. The road remembers what people sometimes choose to forget: the nuanced stories of survival, adaptation, and quiet resilience. Local truck stops with peeling paint and small diners become crucial waypoints along this journey, spaces where local histories are shared over cooling coffee and whispered conversations. Roadside markers commemorate moments long dissolved into collective memory, offering fleeting glimpses into the complex narratives embedded within this seemingly unremarkable highway. Elderly residents who have lived alongside Route 571 become crucial storytellers, their memories serving as living historical documents that reveal profound insights into broader American experiences of migration, economic change, and community transformation. The highway's landscape is a palimpsest of human movement, each layer revealing complex narratives of aspiration and loss. Wheat fields sway like memory's soft breath, capturing the delicate balance between permanence and transience that defines rural American experiences. Golden hour light catches abandoned gas stations, transforming them into almost sacred spaces of remembrance, where the ghosts of past journeys linger like subtle atmospheric memories. Route 571 becomes a metaphorical spine connecting disparate human experiences, a silent witness to decades of profound social and economic change. Interviews with longtime residents unveil fragments of a nuanced narrative that extends far beyond simple geographical documentation. They speak of migrations that shaped entire generations, of families who traveled this road seeking new beginnings, of economic waves that transformed farming communities from within. Their stories are simultaneously deeply personal and universally resonant reflections of broader American experiences embedded in this single, seemingly unremarkable stretch of highway that has quietly absorbed decades of human transition. As daylight gradually dissolves and shadows lengthen across the landscape, Route 571 reveals its true nature, a living manuscript waiting to be read, understood, and honored. The road teaches us something profound about memory, place, and the intricate ways human stories are woven into geographical landscapes. It suggests that some journeys are not measured in miles, but in moments of connection, loss, and enduring hope that transcend physical boundaries and temporal limitations. The highway becomes a metaphorical bridge between past and present, connecting generations through its quiet, persistent existence. Each mile traveled represents a complex negotiation between memory and forgetting, between the tangible infrastructure of roads and the intangible human experiences that flow across them. Route 571 emerges as more than a transportation corridor. It is a philosophical space where human narratives intersect, where personal histories merge with broader cultural transitions. In the grand tapestry of American geographical and cultural landscapes, Route 571 stands as a subtle yet powerful reminder of the stories that often go unnoticed. It challenges viewers to look beyond surface-level perceptions, to recognize the profound narratives embedded in seemingly mundane spaces. The road invites contemplation, encouraging us to understand how physical landscapes carry emotional and historical weight, how infrastructure can become a repository of human experience. Ultimately, Route 571 represents something far more significant than a mere transportation route. It is a living archive, a geographical poem written in asphalt and memory, capturing the complex, often unspoken stories of rural American transformation. As twilight settles and the highway stretches toward distant horizons, it continues its quiet work of preservation, holding within its weathered surfaces the intricate, beautiful complexity of human movement and memory. The dust swirled like memories across cracked asphalt, dancing between weathered telephone poles and abandoned farmhouses. One ribbon of road stretched endlessly. Route 571, a forgotten artery pulsing through America's heartland, carrying whispers of generations past. On an autumn morning, with golden light filtering through skeletal trees, this highway seemed to breathe its own silent narrative. My journey began not as a planned expedition, but as an accidental discovery. A faded map tucked inside my grandfather's journal revealed something more than mere geographical lines. It suggested a hidden story waiting to be understood. Route 571 wasn't just a road. It was a living chronicle of transition, loss, and resilient human spirit. From its obscure origins in the early 1930s, this highway emerged during the Great Depression, connecting isolated farming communities across 3 Midwestern states. Unlike the celebrated Route 66, Route 571 remained anonymous, a quiet witness to economic struggle, agricultural transformation, and the slow erosion of rural American life. The road's landscape told complex stories. Abandoned grain silos stood like sentinels, their rusted frames capturing decades of agricultural change. Each mile marker became a timestamp, recording economic shifts that transformed entire communities. Farmers who once thrived along this route watched their generational lands transition from abundant wheat fields to fragmented parcels, sold piece by piece to corporate agricultural enterprises. Interviews with local historians revealed fascinating details. Route 571 wasn't merely a transportation corridor, but a lifeline. During the Dust Bowl era, it served as an escape route for families fleeing environmental devastation. Families packed everything they owned into weathered trucks, navigating this narrow highway toward uncertain futures. Each mile represented hope, desperation, and profound human resilience. Small towns like Millbrook, Riverdale, and Pine Grove emerged along Route 571, each with unique narratives embedded in the road's fabric. These communities weren't just geographical locations, but living organisms, breathing and changing with economic and social transformations. General stores that once bustled with conversation now stood as silent monuments, their weathered facades holding memories of countless human interactions. Technological progression gradually marginalized Route 571. Interstate highways and modern transportation infrastructure rendered it increasingly irrelevant. What was once a critical connection became a nostalgic remnant, a road less traveled. Yet, its significance remained profound, a testament to America's continuous reinvention. The road's ecological transformation mirrored human migration patterns. Native grasslands gave way to industrial farming, and original ecosystems slowly disappeared. Wildlife adapting to changing landscapes found unexpected sanctuary along this forgotten corridor. Abandoned farmhouses became habitats for various species, creating an unexpected ecological narrative of survival and adaptation. Photographs discovered in local historical archives revealed extraordinary human stories. A 1948 black-and-white image showed a young farmer standing beside a broken-down truck, his expression capturing simultaneous determination and exhaustion. Another snapshot depicted a family picnic near a roadside marker, representing moments of joy amidst challenging times. Oral histories collected from elderly residents painted vivid pictures. Margaret Thompson, 87, recalled her childhood travels along Route 571, describing how the road represented both constraint and possibility. "This highway was our connection to the world," she explained, her voice carrying layers of memory and emotion. "It wasn't just asphalt and gravel, it was our lifeline." Economic transitions dramatically reshaped Route 571's communities. Mechanization of agriculture, corporate farming, and shifting economic models transformed the landscape. Family-owned farms that had sustained generations gradually disappeared, replaced by large-scale agricultural operations. The road became a silent witness to these profound changes, recording subtle transformations largely invisible to casual observers. Technological documentation revealed fascinating geographical details. Satellite imagery showed how Route 571's path navigated complex terrains, crossing rivers, traversing prairie lands, and connecting disparate communities. Each curve represented strategic engineering, each bridge a testament to human ingenuity in challenging environments. Sociological research uncovered deeper narratives. Route 571 wasn't just a physical pathway, but a cultural corridor. It facilitated social interactions, economic exchanges, and human migrations. Churches, schools, and local businesses emerged along its path, creating interconnected community ecosystems that survived decades of change. Environmental historians noted how Route 571 represented more than transportation infrastructure. It was an ecological boundary, influencing local biodiversity, migration patterns, and landscape transformations. Native plant species, agricultural developments, and wildlife adaptations were intricately connected to this highway's existence. As modern infrastructure increasingly marginalized Route 571, its significance became more symbolic than practical. It transformed from a critical transportation route to a nostalgic reminder of America's complex rural history. Each mile marker, each weathered signpost became a memorial to agricultural communities that shaped the nation's economic landscape. The road story wasn't about decline, but continuous adaptation. Like the communities it connected, Route 571 demonstrated remarkable resilience. Its narrative transcended physical infrastructure, representing broader human experiences of change, challenge, and unexpected renewal. In understanding Route 571, we glimpse a broader American story, one of continuous transformation, unexpected resilience, and the quiet heroism of ordinary lives. This forgotten highway becomes a metaphor for national identity, complex, multifaceted, and eternally evolving. As sunset painted the highway's remaining stretches in amber and crimson, Route 571 continued its silent testimony. A road less traveled, yet profoundly significant, a whispered narrative of human experience, waiting to be heard. In the vast, Whispering spaces between forgotten towns, there's a road that time almost remembered. Route 571, a ribbon of weathered asphalt cutting through the heart of the Midwestern landscape, carrying memories like silent passengers. This isn't just a highway, it's a living archive of forgotten American stories, each crack and faded line holding echoes of journeys past. Imagine driving this road at twilight, when shadows stretch long and the landscape breathes with unspoken histories. Abandoned farmhouses stand as silent sentinels, their weathered wooden frames telling stories of generations who once called these lands home. Route 571 isn't merely a transportation artery, but a narrative thread connecting isolated communities.